Chargers have a good defense, so maybe you throw that one in the garbage. Nick, are you buying that Bo can turn this season around?
No, listen, I think Kevin Patra and others have a little, preconceived notion bias because they also, a lot of people, I'm not saying Kevin necessarily, but a lot of people swore this was Broncos team was legit contender. Bo Nix, was poised for a breakout. Sean Payton told us all of it. And the reality is that up to this point in his career, one thing is consistent about Bo Nix. If he is playing a good team, his team is cooked.
Oh my God.
Bo Nix versus teams with a winning record. They are 1-10. He has an 86 rating. He has 14 touchdowns, 8 picks. He's 200 yards per game.
Does this count the Colts? You through the Colt the
well, so it's
1-0
so
Colts?
for no. So the way it's just for whatever it is. For last year, it's teams that finished the season with a winning record.
Gotcha.
And for this year, it's teams that currently, like the Chargers and Colts, are 3-0. They count as winning teams. The Titans are 0-3.
Gotcha.
It's not your record at the time of playing them.
Okay.
It's at the end of the season or as far into the season. And it's not including the Week 18 game against Kansas City because that Chiefs team was not a winning team. It was the backups. I will never understand the smoke that was on this Broncos offense going into the year when we saw no evidence last year against good teams that they were good. And so I think it is, again, turn it around. Am I saying the Broncos are going to be looking for a quarterback this offseason? I'm not saying, that's not what I mean. But do I think all of a sudden Bo Nix is going to rally and be a difference maker at that position in the AFC playoff race? Unequivocally, no. And I'm puzzled how many people thought going into the year he would be.
I'm going to lose my mind right now. I am absolutely going to lose my mind. And we are about to just destroy this right now. Because I am so sick of cooked books like this right here. And I already got the numbers together. But before I get started, please, Denver Broncos fans, please, please, please subscribe to this channel so I can continue to make awesome Denver Broncos content right now. I am so inspired and on such a mission to just 100% get after it. I'm looking to change this channel overnight and legitimately start a movement and literally start something that we can be firmly rooted in this sports talk community, in this sports talk world. And I think we can do it. It's already beginning to happen over these last few days. And so I need your support. Please subscribe. Please watch these videos in their full length. It is the best possible way to support the growth of this channel, watching the videos and subscribing. I just want to jump into this right now because I'm just, oh my God. First off, talk about preconceived bias for or against Bo Nix. Really? That's the game that we want to play right now? Listen. It's unbelievable what Kansas City Chiefs fans try to do here. Let's just use last year alone, okay? These are the games that I took, that I have now the data for, okay? We have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I removed the first 2 games because it was the first 2 games of his literal NFL career. So the first game I took was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then I took the Chargers. Then I took the Baltimore Ravens. Then I took the Kansas City Chiefs, okay, the Week 10 game. Then I took the Atlanta Falcons, who were 6-5 and contending for the playoffs, okay? That's just the reality of that team, okay? Then I took the Chargers again, because obviously, they played them twice. Then I took the Bengals game, okay? That 30-24 loss in overtime, all right? Then I left out the Kansas City Chiefs game because that's against the backups. And then I took the playoff game on the road, first ever playoff game against Buffalo. That's what I took. Let's be very clear. I took all the big games, all the important games. And I could have even added the Raiders, which are divisional games. I could have picked other tough defenses that he technically went up against. I didn't do that. I took all the big games that they had last year. And even removed the one game of the Chiefs that everyone wants to cry about, okay? And so that's what I did. And these are the stats. These are the numbers. Bo Nix, top 8 in yards with a 69.4% completion percentage. Out of all the other guys that had higher passing yards than him, he had the third highest completion percentage. And overall, he was top 6 in completion percentage. His touchdown to interception ratio was 14 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Top 8 in the NFL. Bottom interception. The only ones that even mirrored him was Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson. Pretty good company there. He had 14 touchdowns. 7 yards per attempt. I just don't understand what we keep trying to invent about Bo. Oh, there was no reason to believe he plays so bad against good teams. Had a 102.3 pass rating. His hardest games of the season. I'm not cooking the books here. I showed you the games that I picked. I'm not just using this like nebulous, like, oh, well, what about this? I showed you the games. I'm telling you exactly. So there's no sleight of hand here. He had a passer rating of 102.3. This is including his first ever playoff game. 102.3. And that's somehow bad. It was above Patrick Mahomes' passer rating. Up there with Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Lamar Jackson. Seems pretty good to me. Not to mention, as Nick has repeatedly said, he does not think that the Denver Broncos offense themselves, that the weapons, that the pieces, that the run game is good. And yet, this is what Bo Nix then is doing. If you want to say that you don't believe in the Broncos, that's fine. That's fine. If you don't believe that they have the talent, that's fine. But then having Bo Nix be successful with a lack of talent is actually pretty impressive. How could that not be impressive, having him do what he's doing right here? Having the 9th best PFF ranking during that time. That's not impressive. As a rookie, mind you. As a rookie. Makes no sense. And now, again, during his hardest games, again, Chargers, Chiefs, Bucks, etc., just deep ball passing alone, top in the NFL. 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Since everyone's obsessed with deep ball passing these days. 44% completion percentage, which again, for deep ball passing, that's good. A 90.8 offensive rating from PFF. And a 116 passer rating. This is on all throws greater than 20. So again, going up against the best teams, the best defenses, etc., this is what this guy's doing. And that's somehow bad. There's somehow no reason to believe in what he's doing. How does that make sense? Top 5 in passing yards for deep ball passing. I mean, Matthew Stafford, who we say is amazing, had 403 yards. Bo Nix had 386. Bo Nix, 5 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And I know Nick believes Puka Nacua is a lot better than whoever the Broncos are. Because he doesn't believe in the Broncos receivers. He doesn't believe in that talent. We know Jamar Chase is better. T. Higgins is better. And this is what Bo Nix is doing as a rookie. Patrick Mahomes didn't even have enough pass attempts here to qualify, because I did 50% of pass attempts. So it gets rid of then any of the random quarterbacks who threw like one deep ball and it was completed for a touchdown. So they're 100%. Patrick Mahomes actually didn't even qualify for this because he didn't even throw enough. Pretty funny. But when we now add Patrick Mahomes into the mix, he's ranked 28th. Also down there, Baker Mayfield, 29th. Bo Nix, 5. Interesting. Very interesting. I know it's counter to what people want to believe. Doesn't make it any less true. Doesn't make it any less true. And you know what's remarkable in these deep ball passes? He was top in the NFL in deep ball passing against the hardest teams. He's not able to get, extra stats playing an awful team, a team that's, oh God, they're so trash. Of course he threw for 1 million yards. 0 turnover-worthy plays. 0 turnover-worthy plays in all of his games on deep ball passing against the best teams. On deep ball passing. Pretty amazing. Justin Herbert, who's a monster, he had 5 turnover-worthy plays. Joe Burrow, 1. Josh Allen, 1. Matthew Stafford, 4. Mahomes, who I told you before, didn't even qualify because it was so low. But when we do qualify for him, he had 2. And in those games, he was top 6 in rushing yards, 243 rushing yards. Up there with Drake May, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jackson. But that's not good. That's not good. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. Pretty remarkable. I mean, during that 8-game stretch of his toughest games of the season as a rookie, he had 40 rushing attempts. And 23 were first downs. He had to pick up 23 first downs with his legs in the hardest games. The hardest games. Which was tied for second in the NFL. Of his hardest games. Remember, these other teams that I'm picking, it's not, for Josh Allen, some of these games could be against the Patriots and stuff. It could be random teams for the other teams. This is, without a shadow of a doubt, the hardest collection of games that Bo Nix had. So to put this in perspective, Bo Nix in those hardest games of his season was averaging over 225 yards per game. His hardest games that he's had to play all year as a rookie. That would put him at around top 10 in passing yards of, again, just his hardest games. And when you combined the other 30 yards, so he averaged now around 260 total yards per game, just himself. Just himself. And that would put him in top 3. We know Jared Goff isn't adding a whole bunch of rushing yards. We know Joe Burrow is not adding a whole bunch of rushing yards. So, what Bo Nix has brought to the Denver Broncos in the most important moments, in the most important games of the season, he's delivered. And he did it as a rookie. He did it as a rookie. And now, his final 2, his last 2 weeks, because we'll just remove week 1. Week 1 was the first game of the season. A rough go at it. I get it. But his last 2 games now, he's throwing 4 touchdowns, 1 interception, 359 yards, 65.5% completion percentage, and a passer rating of 100.5. And that's somehow bad. I mean, it's higher than Patrick Mahomes' passer rating. Patrick Mahomes' passer rating is, oh wow, in those last 2 games, 79.8. Yikes. Patrick Mahomes has 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bo Nix has 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. And even Justin Herbert, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And this was against an awesome defense of the Chargers. I don't know. I mean, again, Bo Nix against the Kansas City Chiefs, his first game in Arrowhead as a rookie, outplayed Patrick Mahomes. He was 22 for 30, 215 yards, 7.2 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, and a 115.3 passer rating. Patrick Mahomes, 28 for 42, 266 yards, 6.3 yards per attempt, only 1 touchdown, 4 sacks, and a 92 passer rating. To Bo Nix's 115.3. And Patrick Mahomes had Travis Kelce. He had Kareem Hunt. He had DeAndre Hopkins. He had Xavier Worthy. He had the guys. I mean, this is where we get things just so backwards. This was Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs, going up against the Bengals last year when the Bengals were 0-2, when they were just a bad team struggling. Patrick Mahomes went 18 for 25, a whopping 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and an 80.6 passer rating. And since Chiefs fans always love to use the made-up statistic of the QBR, a 27.4 QBR. And he had Rashee Rice. He had Isaiah Pacheco. He had Xavier Worthy. He had Travis Kelce. Okay? He had it. And what did Bo Nix now do against a significantly better Bengals team, a team that was catching their stride? He threw for 219 yards. He threw for 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He had a QBR of 62.8 and a passer rating of 114.9. He was making massive throws to tie the game up. So can we just stop? Can we just add perspective here? I mean, seriously, can we just add perspective here? I mean, now I did the same thing for Patrick Mahomes last season. I picked all his big games against the Bengals, the Ravens, the Bills, right? All the good teams. No cooking the books here at all. I did against the Denver Broncos, just that, the game that they actually played each other. Did the Chargers twice. Picked the 49ers. That was a big game. Again, the Ravens, the Bengals, the Bills, the Chargers twice. All the important games. He had a 9 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Almost a 1-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. 1,500 yards and a 67% completion percentage. He had a lower completion percentage, less passing yards per game, a worse touchdown to interception ratio, and a significantly lower passer rating of 84.9. So what does that mean? Does it mean that the one thing that that when Patrick Mahomes has to play the best teams during the regular season, he can't compete? And again, don't come at me and tell me, well, he had to deal with injuries, stuff like that. Nick has said that he does not think that the Broncos roster is good. So again, if you want to make the argument that the Broncos are not good against winning teams, then that's the take. The take isn't Bo Nix, because Bo Nix is performing better. This is just the numbers. These are the stats. And this is why I take issue when you try to play the stats game. If you want to play the stats game, then like I always say, then let's play the stats game. And I'm showing it to you. When we compare Bo Nix's most important games and Patrick Mahomes' most important games, Bo Nix actually has better numbers. I'm not telling you that Bo Nix is better than Patrick Mahomes. Don't tell me Patrick Mahomes has won Super Bowls. That's not the argument. The argument is to prove why you can't just show something like this and say, see, he's not that good. Because it's inaccurate. It's not true. And it's incredibly misleading. And I'm giving you the exact games that we're using here. I'm giving it to you. I'm not just saying, I'm not, again, there's no books that are being cooked here. I picked the games where going into the game, this is a big game. This is an important team. This is a big quarterback. You're going up against Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes. That's what I'm picking here. No sleight of hand. Just straight reality. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? Are you buying that Bo Nix can turn it all around? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.